Welcome back to Vagabond Gypsy Tarot and Oracle readings. Today we're going to be doing a reading with our shadow selves. This is going to be, I'm going to be pulling a card, a dark goddess that is going to be with us through the winter, starting now in November here through the winter seasons, the dark seasons in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is a goddess that will be with you to walk the dark months of the year if you would like her to be there. Again, my readings here are for entertainment purposes only, just to remind you of that. So a little bit about shadow work. So I'm calling this the Dark Goddess reading for, this is November now, going through however long you consider your dark season to last. It could just be through November. It could be through November, December, January, February. It depends on where you live. But this is a timeless reading as well. So whenever you're seeing this reading, you can use the card for yourself at that point as well. So this is a timeless reading once again. So shadow work for me is like if you look at your sun sign in astrology, that's what everybody sees. That's not your shadow. That is what everybody sees in you. But if you were to take now possibly your moon sign or some parts of your hidden self, things that people don't see in you, the things that irritate you, the things that make you angry, the things that bother you, that's like your shadow self. Like if somebody irritates you and you just get really angry or frustrated, that is part of your shadow self. That is what we are talking about here. So it's what you have to work on. What we kind of can be embarrassed about admitting to ourselves or even showing out in public. Like if you throw a tantrum in the store because somebody grabbed the last sale item that you wanted, that is probably not the best part of you. It could be something that you need to work on within. So your shadow self is like asking yourself, why do I get angry about that? What do I need to do to stop that from happening? So, you can do, a lot of people do a lot of journaling around this subject, asking themselves questions. Maybe in the fall season here in the Northern Hemisphere, they might take time to hermit themselves a little bit, in the whatever, depending on, like I said, what part of the year you consider to be your shadow season. If you live in the colder part of the country, then you may have a longer, darker season. Colder, darker season, I should say. But whatever season you do your work in, or if you do it at all, I mean, maybe you've never heard of this. So it's all part of the path of life that we walk. And as we experience things in our life, I also think that things change and toughen in us, harden a little bit more. So shadow work might become even deeper as you get older. If you think about that, you might be so hardened to things that happen, or you may even just not want to admit what your shadow self is. So we're going to pick a goddess. We have 3 goddesses here. Here's a little charm that you guys can pick one, whatever one resonates with you. So we're going to start with pile 1. We've got a goddess charm. Pile 2, we got the Ankh. And pile 3, kind of hard to see. Okay, so take a look at these piles and see which one resonates with you. And if you're wondering what this beautiful tablecloth is, it's actually my robe. I was like, I want something gray in the background here, so I used my robe. Anyways, go ahead and take a few moments to look at these cards and see which one resonates with you, and we'll see you back here at pile 1. Welcome back, pile 1, for your reading. So let's take a look at your card here. The goddess that will be with you through your shadow season, starting now in November, if you would like, is Arnamitia. I do not know how to pronounce her name, but this is actually a very beautiful card for a dark goddess. What she is known for is, it says right here, integrity. So your inner critic, do you feel like you put pressure on yourself a lot, and you self-criticize yourself, you get frustrated easily, and all this stuff eats away at you, like we were talking about with shadow work. So she is a great goddess to be working with through our shadow season. She is there for you to ensure you that everything is not as bad as it seems, and you need to start to feel better about yourself. It's like she is there for the people that are always questioning themselves and get frustrated as well, because when you don't think that you are worthy or good enough, it can make you frustrated. And I mean, this is a great card for that. This is a great goddess for that. I don't know, like I said, she's new to me, but there is this poem that I found that is in this book that came with these cards, and it says, critics hear a bunch of lies, do not listen, don't reply. Principles now point the way, integral truth will save the day. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. So it also appears that she is there to help you if there's naysayers around saying that you maybe did something that you didn't, or people kind of maybe jealous of you as well. And there could be jealousy, or jealousy could be one of your shadow things too. I mean, you're part of your shadow that you have to work with. In this world that we live in, there's enough criticism around us that we don't need to be destroying ourselves as well. I mean, we can already be brought down if we want to be, and she's there saying, I'm here to help you, and I'm here to walk with you through your struggles and your journey of your shadow work, actually. So let's see if we can get a wisdom card to go with this. Yeah, this is a beautiful goddess to be with us when we're feeling unworthy. And she is also the goddess of healing waters. So that is another point I wanted to make. I did, let's see here. She is the goddess of healing waters. So maybe you want to collect some moon water during the fall and winter months. Maybe you want to put a jar out and put a crystal on it and work with the moon's energy through the dark season. And the card that I picked here is called the Wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle. So when you, if you know, this sounds like you may be feeling trapped, and that's how you can feel when you feel like you're unworthy. You feel like you're trapped in you're trapped. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, she's here to free you of that trapped feeling. I mean, that makes sense. If you're feeling unworthy, it almost puts you in a position of feeling trapped, because there's nothing, you feel like there's nothing you can do about it. Whatever this shadow perspective in your shadow self might be, if it resonates with you, that may make some sense. I mean, if you feel trapped because you're feeling unworthy, then you will never move ahead. You will never take the next step, because you just will never feel like you're worthy enough to do that. And she's there to, Artemisia is there to bring back your integrity, and help you get through your feelings of being trapped. She's saying, trust in me. I will help you open your cage doors. I mean, I will be there for you if you need me. Yeah, so I really like this card. And I mean, just looking at it, for a dark goddess, it has a lot of blues and healing colors, healing waters. The water is calm, and it's like she's standing on a dock carrying her lantern, her light, to walk you through the shadow season. And an owl. I love owls. Yeah, sometime I'll tell you about my owl story, but I don't want to go off on it. It's a real funny one. Maybe I'll write it in the bottom. But anyway, yes, and I like the actual earthy colors on her arm here of her dress. I mean, it almost looks like a birch tree, like she is centered in the earth. And her healing waters were said to heal people with sickness. With sickness. Let me find where I had wrote a little note on all these goddesses that I had in this book of mine. And she's basically a goddess from England. And she was before the Roman period. So it's yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. Just that. But anyways, She has her lantern ready for you if you so wish to have her walk with you through the shadow season. If it's just a day or two, I mean, you don't want to live in your shadow either. I mean, I think it's good to acknowledge it, but you don't want to live in your shadow always, because then you're not progressing. But I think it's good to take time. That's just my personal opinion, but everybody's different. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we will see you back again. If you want to stick around for pile 2, that is next. Oh, and like and share. Please, please like and share. I'm ready for people to like and share now. I kind of started this site just for myself, to prove that I could do it. Kind of like this. Any of these goddesses, maybe? Okay, so anyways, we'll see you back at pile 2. Welcome back to Vagabond Gypsy pile number 2 for our dark goddesses. Let's see here what pile 2 dark goddess is. Hell, goddess Hell, concealment. Okay, so I do also have a Facebook page. Vagabond Gypsy is my Facebook page, and this goddess is the first goddess that I posted on, and let me find it here. Yes, she was very interesting to me. Okay, I posted this October 27th last year. So goddess Hel, she's a Norse goddess, and it says concealment, also means hidden. She is the daughter of Loki. She is known as the goddess of the dead. Her name means one that hides. No one could hide anything from her because she had an eye of fire that only and she could only because she had the eye of fire that could only see truth, so she could see right through your lies. So it's appropriate that during this season of shadow, death, trees dying, plants dying, especially well, in the northern hemisphere right now, and especially depending on what state you live in. But we all await for the birth of spring, when everything comes back to life again. But it's also good to take in the dark season. I really love fall myself, and I love fall and winter. I love the change of the seasons. And it's also a good time to do your shadow work. So she is here for what is hidden in you, which is basically what is everybody's shadow. What is hidden to, or what you try to hide. Maybe it's not even so much hidden. Maybe it's apparent if you get upset and let people know that things upset you, then that's your shadow. In my opinion, that is your shadow, and you need to we all have shadow. We all need to work on the stuff that irritates us. So a little poem I found that goes along with this card. The author of these cards, she wrote, "Out of the old, make room for new. It's sad, but something all must do. From out of the closet, make a stance. No need to hide. Now take a chance. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be." So, as I said, she is the goddess of the hidden, what is hidden inside of us. And sometimes what's hidden in us can make us kind of toxic, and it's hard to live in yourself sometimes when you're feeling toxic, I mean, when you are hiding things, or you feel like you can't speak your truth, that might be part of what your shadow is. You're fearful of speaking your truth. It might be something that you were raised with or born with, and you just really have no idea how to verbalize and speak your truth. You may feel that it's wrong to speak your truth, or you may feel like it'll offend somebody to speak your truth, or and trust me, there are times when you should, or in my opinion, um, there are things that not everybody needs to know, you know what I mean? But that's part of your shadow. Not everybody needs to know your shadow. If you can control it, if you can make, um, for example, if you were kind of raised not to speak up and just let things go, then it will be really hard for you as you get older to learn to speak your truth, to say that's not what I believe. And again, like I said, sometimes things don't have to be said, but sometimes you do need to stick up for yourself, or have a point of view, have a stance, you know what I mean? It seems like everybody has a point of view. I mean, we all can see that, but what I'm saying is like a shadow self, much deeper than what we see out in public or on the TV or amongst a group of, friends or whatever, or coworkers. Um, and maybe there's reason why you don't. Maybe on the other hand, it wasn't something you were raised with. Maybe something happened that where you said something that caused a trauma to you, mentally. Maybe you said something and you broke up with somebody, or you lost a friend, and now you're kind of afraid, you know what I mean? But shadow work can also be done, well, is done within you. So I mean, a lot of people journal and have journal prompts and make collages, and I did a collage last year of things that were bothering me, and I look at it once in a while, and it's kind of funny, because when you look at some of the things that were bothering me at the time, they no longer bother me. So I think it can help. I mean, I just did cut out words, and I didn't use a whole lot of words. I am more of a visual person, so I did things with mostly pictures. But it can cause a lot of anxiety and a lot of angst within yourself. And if you don't deal with that, you're just hurting yourself, in the long run. And I know that it's kind of the walk in life. We all have things that get on our nerves once in a while, but I'm talking more of the deep hidden stuff that people don't see. Or, as I said, they do manifest to people seeing. That's another issue as well. I mean, you don't want. I mean, I guess in some ways it doesn't matter if people see you get angry or irritated, but on the other hand, sometimes people can take advantage of that as well. So you have to know how to deal with that. If you just get upset and it doesn't bother you that people try to take advantage of that, and it just doesn't work, that's fine. But I think a lot of times people can take advantage of our weaknesses. And hell is there to help you through the shadow season. I was just thinking and actually looking at the concealment. So it's something she feel, or I feel this card is saying that you are really almost like you don't even know that it's there. So maybe you do need to do some deep shadow work, and you can go online. A lot of people have prompts for journal prompts and stuff that you can do. I hope to have a class sometime, just a free one online here, to do some shadow work, just like an hour or something. But anyways, for now, I'm doing the goddesses. And again, she is also kind of can be known as a hoarder. So if you're hoarding not physical items, it can be physical items, but if you're like hoarding all this upset and pain from within that causes you to not be able to move forward, she is here for you. I'm going to pull a wisdom card to go along with this. It's Wisdom of the Night card to go along with the moon. Okay, to go along with hell. And that's a good card for any of these goddesses, because our moon sign is, our sun sign is obviously what people see on the outside, but our moon sign can sometimes be hidden. Just like the tarot card, the moon tarot card, it can mean hidden. And that is, so you could also check your sign astrologically for your moon sign and see what exactly is going on there. It might help you with something with your shadow work, and throughout the season of the fall here. So yeah, I mean, the moon is saying, that's what I am. Trust your gut. Sometimes we can't see what's on the dark side of the moon. We can't see what's on the opposite side of the moon. So it's saying sometimes you need to trust your gut as well, and instincts and intuition can lead you through the darkness. So it's almost as if this card is saying that you do actually maybe do know deep down inside that either you have an issue with the shadow element of yourself, or it's telling you to trust your instincts. And you're here picking this card, so that's part of the journey. There's obviously something that you are picking one of these dark goddesses for. Not everybody has the will or the stomach to even look at that far. So you are here. The moon card says trust your gut and instincts, because your gut does know. Trust your gut and your instincts, and let Hel, the goddess, help you through if you wish, because she's a truth seer, and she wants to help you see the truth. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and like and share, please. And you can also go to my Facebook page and like and share that as well, if you're called to doing that. And we will see you back again. If you want to stick around for pile 3, that is next. Welcome back, pile 3, for your Dark Goddess Oracle reading here. Let's see what your goddess is, who your goddess is. Goddess Nyx, N-Y-X. Oh, that's pretty. Respite. She is a Norse goddess. She is the goddess of death and darkness. Um, yeah, so let's see here what else she has to say to us. So she is the goddess of respite. So being the goddess of respite, she is the goddess of stepping away from the chaos. So there may be chaos within your life going on, along with this shadow season, which adds extra to your plate. So I'm going to read a little poem that came with these cards for Nyx. It says, shadowed figures cross the night, secrets shared, no need for fright. Within her arms now rest and heal, those to trust she will reveal. By the powers of the dark goddess in me, it says, protection in place, blessed be. So this card, this deck, the people that pick this deck, it appears that she is here to walk with you through this shadow season. She's there as a protectress for you through this season of darkness and shadow in the Northern Hemisphere. As I was saying earlier, shadow season can last as long or as short as you want it to be. I mean, the season itself is longer for some in the Northern Hemisphere at this point, but as I always say, you don't want to live in your shadow, but she is here to help you work through the struggles that you may be having coming up through this season. I mean, in my opinion, she is here for the season to help you if you need it. She wants to be here to help you heal and get through your tough times. And she's also here to help you know who to trust. It's like there might be somebody within your realm that is not so trustworthy. She's saying, hang tight, I'm here, and the truth will be revealed. But in the meantime, I want you to take some respite, some well-deserved relaxation. In her arms, she's going to hold you. And I'm just looking at the colors of this card as this blue. I love this blue with the black branches and the birds. This is a beautiful, beautiful card. And she also wants you to remember that appearances can be deceptive. So things may not appear as you see them through your eyes. But as I said, she is here for you through the season. She understands that you've been through a long, dark night of the soul experience. It appears something has brought you low or sad, and she's here as a motherly figure as well. I mean, to wrap her arms around you and protect you. I just picked a card, Actually, I ended up grabbing two, so I'm going to put them both out. These are Wisdom of the House of Night cards. You're the first card that I got two for. So we've got Honesty. And that's kind of what she's saying with things may not appear as they seem. People are not as they look to be. They're not as honest and they're not as sincere to you as you have treated them to be. And it says hope. So she is saying that, and they're right in a row, and I shuffled these cards pretty good too, so I just want to let you know that they are two cards in a row that came out. That, I mean, that can happen, but I just wanted to let you know that. Yeah, so she is, as I said, it really appears that somebody has not been so honest with you, and she sees it, and she's here to help through the season. But also, as I told the previous group, you can go online and there are journal prompts all over the websites that you can pull up, and if you're into journaling or if you're into collaging, I did a shadow work collage of things that I felt were my shadow qualities, and I looked at it that was last year, and I looked at it this year, and a lot of the things don't bother me anymore. So and honesty, this card was pulled for clarity and truth. So she is here as your guide to show you that clarity and truth, and that was a perfect card for Nyx to be pulled. And the hope card is showing that no matter what setbacks we have in our life, the light will always return. And as I said with the last card, the last deck, the last drawing, I should say, pile 2. Spit your words out here. So anyways, pile 2, I had said that maybe moon water would be something that you'd want to work with over the shadow season, over the fall, winter months. And in this case, I'm kind of also thinking the same, or candles. And anything that makes you feel calm, gives you comfort, respite from the storm. It appears that you have been through some tough situations, possibly, whether they be life situations that were foreseen or unforeseen, doesn't matter. She's here to walk with you through through the season of the shadow and help you bring back the light up that shadow, acknowledging that you have the power and the control to control that and pull yourself out of the sadness or weakness, or just stand up for yourself. In this case, I guess originally I felt like she was saying that somebody was untrustworthy in your life, and maybe the hope is the light that will shine on the truth. Well, I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 3, and I got to be honest with you, the other 2 goddesses are awesome as well. So if you want to take a look at those, you can go back and check that out. Maybe there's a message in all the piles for you, maybe not. But again, as I've been telling everybody else, I do have a Facebook page as well, Vagabond Gypsy. Go ahead to that and like and share. And also, if you could like and share on my YouTube page here, that would be great as well. And I'm going to remove my robe from this table. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and we will see you back for our next readings.